Hi there, Potence Web here again. Welcome to this channel where you increase your digital skills. Why branding? Why branding? That is the question. Now, I would love you to think of it this way. Just the way your biological body needs life to be in existence, just the way you need life at first to be in existence, so it is also that every business needs branding as a life to be in existence. Every business needs branding as life to be in existence. All right, so for you to be able to maintain your body system, your biological body system, you need to engage in what we call some routine exercises. You need to be mindful of what you take in, what you eat. You need to engage in some dieting that's going to be profitable alone for your body system. So it is when it comes to the maintenance of a business, when it comes to the maintenance of any company whatsoever, then you have to introduce what we call marketing. You have to introduce what we call marketing. And now a lot of businesses tend to focus more on marketing rather than also looking at the lifespan of the business, which is branding. And that's why a lot of business fails and run into liquidation over time. And so in this course, we are actually going to be looking at some essential paraphernalia which involves maintaining a healthy branding system for your company or for startups or for SMEs. Part of what we're going to be treating in this course is understanding what branding in itself is. We would also look at identifying your targeted audience, which is very necessary when it comes to branding. We would also look at creating a unique brand position, very vital for every business and startups. We'll also look at designing a memorable logo and visual identity. Very important, very important. We would also look at developing a consistent brand voice. Yes, brand voice. We would also look at online presence, how well to boost your online presence. And then we will also look at loyalty and advocacy in the course of this lecture and this video. Then finally, we will be looking at branding efforts. So please come closer and pay close attention as we delve into these essentials. All right, as was said earlier in the beginning of this video, that branding has to do with the existence and the life of a particular business. It is very also important for everyone to know, or for every startup to also know, that branding is more than just a logo or the name. Yes, more than just the logo or the name of your business. It is important for you to also know that when it comes to branding is the total experience and perception that people have about your company. Yes, the total experience people have about your company and its perception as well. And that's why when it comes to branding in itself, it is also important for you to define your vision and mission statement. There must be a vision the company is running with. Just the way as an entity, as a human being that we are, we all have vision. We have what we're running with. We have what we're working with as existing in life. And so it is with every business, because you must define your mission and your vision for that business. And for every business or every company, your mission or your vision in itself should be targeted towards value driven. It should be value driven. It should be value adding. Yes, so what value are you giving? What value are you bringing forth to the economy? That is also part of the lifespan of a business, because so long as you meet up giving out that particular value, you stay relevant within that niche. And so that is why it is very important that you consider your vision as value driven. After understanding what value it is you want to be adding, you want to be giving back to the society, it is also important for everyone to understand that you need to perform some certain set of research. Yes, you need to perform some certain set of marketing research. Now, this is to enable you understand who your targeted audience are, who your aspiring audience is going to be. Yes, because you wouldn't want to be pushing out your product or your services to an audience that necessarily wouldn't be in need of those products or those services. And so that's why it is very important for you to push your product or your services by marketing research to your targeted audience. So it is very important for you to identify who your audience are. It's more like dealing with casuals. Yes, casual dresses. You probably wouldn't want to sell a dress made for a female to a male, or probably sell a dress made for a male to a female. The female doesn't need a dress made for a male. Likewise, the male doesn't need a dress made for a female. So if you're selling a product for a particular targeted audience, you focus on that product. Unless in most cases the female want to probably get the dress for probably their spouses or their husbands or whatsoever, depending on the case. But in a nutshell, what determines how well you make sales is definitely based on the exact targeted audience that needs that particular service or that product you're trying to give out. It is also wise for every startup or every business to be able to focus on what makes brand special. Yes, because you have to craft a unique brand position. Very important. Now, what is this unique brand position? You have to differentiate your business or differentiate whatever it is, your product or your services, from your competitors by defining a unique value position. Let me give this analogy here. Now, before now, there was this company that they manufacture bleach, and the bleach, you know what it's used for? It's used for washing. Yes, it's used for washing, dry cleaning, and all of that. And now there was this company that produces that particular product, and what they did was they produced that particular product in larger quantities. They produced in larger quantity, and the mode also was not something everyone could afford. So that product was actually meant for some certain set of persons to be able to afford. And another company came on board, studied this previous company as a competitor, and saw that, okay, this particular company, they can't really serve the masses because their product is made for just some certain set of people. So what they did was to improve upon that particular business idea. They started producing the same product with their own brand name, but now in this case, they made it such that everybody can afford. So they had to now produce them in smaller modes in a way that everybody can actually afford that particular bleach to be able to use. I don't want to call names so it doesn't look as if I'm trying to promote any brand or services. But then you've gotten the idea I'm trying to pass. Now that was actually their unique selling point. That was actually their own brand position. And today, that particular brand that came up not quite long ago and has now gained a lot of recognition within the niche of this bleach. The next thing we would be looking at is designing a memorable logo and visual identity. Now, it is very important for every business to have a logo that has to do with consistency in colors, font, and imagery. Yes, across all necessary platforms. Because what most businesses do that has failed in this area is that they use colors on their logo as though the logo is a full graphics. You see them apply gradients, you see them apply, for crying out loud, they are not necessarily doing maybe a logo animation or a logo jingle whatsoever. But you see just the main logo for the company, you see them spreading colors across that are not really augmenting each other. They are not really augmenting their self, and which is very bad. That is why it's very important for you to get to a professional who knows how to get through to all of this in terms of giving the best logo design so that you can get the best out of it. And when getting a logo, you have to keep your logo very simple. You don't make your logo too complicated. Some persons, they can just use dot as a logo and they are good to go. And you see some people using some kind of logo that you can't, they want to explain the entire business inside the logo. Come on. It's not really ideal. It's not really interesting to do that. You still have other things to do rather than displaying the entire business model inside the logo. It's not necessary. Yes, the next on list is you need to develop a consistent brand voice. Yes, because your brand voice should reflect your company personality. Very important. It should reflect your company's personality and value in every place of communication. Yeah, so you must have a brand voice. It could be in any form of, in a tune, it could be in a language, it could be in a messaging guideline whatsoever. You need a voice for your brand. Building a very strong online presence is one of an essential paraphernalia when it comes to brand maintenance. Yes, because you would be looking at increasing visibility and reach. You will also look at enhancing customers' engagement. You also look at credibility and trust, because nobody would trust a brand that is not really consistent. Yeah, so that level of consistency, you keep pulling through, you keep gaining relevance. That is what will bring about trust, because trust is more like the last thing that even comes forth to any brand. After increasing visibility and reach, enhancing customers' engagement also, you now talk of the trust people or your customers or clients will need to have. When it comes to this trusting, this is where the marketing skills, this is when the marketing comes in to play, more especially your digital marketing and the rest of that for your business. Yes, because that is actually going to build your brand online reputation. Because like I said in the beginning of this video, marketing is more like the routine things you do just for your body system to be okay. You have to engage in those dieting. You have to also check yourself. You have to run some series of tests to ensure that you're okay. All of these are likened to be marketing, because for you to ensure increase of visibility and reach, enhancing customers' engagement and the rest of them, you have to also pay attention to your metrics. You have to pay close attention to your insights. You have to pay attention to your analytics. Yes, are we together now? And that's why it is very important to build an online presence. You have to look at an effective marketing, digital marketing system. Now, every business loves this part where you have creating brand loyalty and advocacy. Yes, they love this part because it makes your business get to that point whereby it is your customers that ends up becoming your advocates. They are the one who spread the positive words of mouth and enhance your credibility to their friends, loved ones, well-wishers, colleagues, and the rest of them. They will be the ones singing your good news to them. Why? Because you've been able to create a periodic and a perpetual satisfactory system for them in terms of value-adding services over time and over the years, and you're consistent in delivery. Yes, and so for every business to be able to gain the loyalty of customers, it means your services should be top notch. Nobody wants to trust a liar. Nobody wants to do business with a fraud. So you must also consider all of this, and nobody wants to be ignored also. That's why your customer service has to be top notch. Nobody wants to speak to your team and they are not getting a feedback or a response in due time, or they are being placed on a wait or something. They are just ignored. Nobody wants to be ignored. So all of this, you should also look at the intrinsic part of the business system and ensure all of these are rightly in place. Because while you keep pushing your brand forward to gain all of this recognition and the rest of that, you should also do the in-house work that will be able to keep the customers for you and make you gain their loyalty. Now, measuring brand effort is also very essential, because you wouldn't just want to be doing a thing and then stay in that particular place, especially when it's not really yielding the desired result for your business. You need to measure those efforts. You need to improve on what you've been doing so far. So if yesterday you were able to gain an ROI of probably whatever, it means that today you should be able to double what your ROI is of yesterday as a result of continuous measurement, continuous checking. You check your metrics, you check your scale, you check everything, and know what you have to be innovative upon to be able to improve your business standards and then become have more of life as a brand. To wrap up with this section, we'll be looking at the difference between branding and marketing. And now, first of all, like I said, in the course of this course, branding has to do with the why. Why is this thing in existence? Marketing is the how. Yes, how do we make this thing keep being in existence? Now, branding is a long term, marketing is a short term. Yes, so your branding is what really stays for 50 years, but marketing is not, because at every point season changes, time changes, economy changes, so you would find out what is new and how to how to get through to your targeted audience, because it is a short term. In other words, you move as the economic system moves when it comes to marketing. Then branding in itself is loyalty, like we talked about, and gaining loyalty from your customers, because that's what is going to keep them, while marketing is response. So marketing, you're telling somebody that this thing is existing somewhere, this is what they do, then the person's response to that, whether or not to have a clue or whether or not to visit or get through to the brand to know what is going on, is totally up to the customer or up to the person. And so that is the person's response for that. Now, branding has to do with a wide range. Yes, branding is a wide range. Has to do with wide range, and marketing is very narrow. Yes, it's just narrow. Branding is the being, yes, the being of a thing, and marketing is the doing of a thing. All right, on this note, this will be a wrap of this particular course in this section, and then I want to thank you for listening. But please, if you're new to this channel, please don't fail to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, so that while we keep putting out new courses out there for you to learn and become better, you will grow your business and your financial status, you would also be notified about it. So please do well to hit the notification bell, so that whenever we drop any video, you're going to be notified. And also share this video, so it will be helping someone. It could be a friend whose business is not really doing well. This might be the answer to the person's question, and at this point you might be the savior. You can also join our community by scanning this barcode and be part of our community on WhatsApp. We have a task for you, and then you are expected to go through these tasks and execute these tasks. Then once you're through with it, you submit it through this barcode. You can scan this barcode and submit the task assignment to this particular group where you have this barcode. So please scan this barcode so you can join our group. So whatever it is, information you want to get or you want to ask, you are at liberty to do so. You can speak to any of our agents and they will respond to you in due time. See you in the next video.